Well, when I was in high school, this is a story I've told many times. When I was in high school, I attempted to become a leader, a student leader in the school I attended. And in that school, if you wanted any position, you had to apply and then you go through vetting. And when you are cleared, you run for elections. The student body will vote and select who they want to be their leader. So I went through all the processes and we did some campaign. But on the day of the election, we had to stand in front of the entire school assembly and deliver our final pitch and hope that that will seal everything we have done so that we will be voted for. And that day, I went and I stood in front of the student body. And the moment I stood there and I saw the crowd of a little more than 1,000 students, I froze and everything that I would have said evaporated from me. Everything disappeared. But here I was standing in front of the school and they needed to hear me speak. So I gave a speech, a very unimpressive speech. And it's been about 20 years now, and I still don't remember what I said on that day. I am sure that if I were to be voting and I were to be voting on the basis of the speeches that were given that day, I wouldn't have voted for myself. So you can guess the outcome of that election results. I couldn't win. But I learned that when you have to do public speaking, fear can be a very fear and timidity and nervousness can become a very limiting factor. It can adversely impact on your ability to speak. And this is something that I later got to know is very common to many people. So a lot of people shy away from public speaking because of fear of freezing, as it happened to me, the fear of making a mistake, the fear of not making sense, the fear of offending people, all these kinds of fear, the fear of being rejected, all of them are things that inhibit people from mastering the art of public speaking. And I went through that. But there are three keys that I've learned that have helped me to overcome fear whenever I have to speak in public. And I believe they are helpful to will be helpful to you as well. The first one is that you have to esteem yourself. You must believe that you have something to say. You must believe that you are adequate to stand in front of the people to speak. You must not have a low regard for yourself because the audience, everybody in the audience is as human as you are. Nobody is more human than you are. The way to control how you feel when you stand in front of people is always to remember that you are and they are as human as everybody else. You are as human as they are, and they are as human as you are. So you control how you feel by thinking that you are adequate, you are enough, and having a healthy self-esteem. The first key to overcoming the fear of public speaking is to have a good self-esteem. Esteem yourself. Number two, you have to equip yourself. When it comes to public speaking, one thing that self-esteem cannot do for you is that it cannot fill your knowledge gap. So you have to fill your knowledge gap. You have to know your stuff before you can stand in front of people to speak. To be able to have confidence to speak in public, you must have command. And this type of command is established by consistently filling yourself with knowledge. Be a habitual learner. So you learn by reading voraciously, by actively listening to people, listening to the news, listening to things that are edifying. You learn by being a very good observer. All of these over time will help you to cultivate a knowledge base that is credible, that enables you to stand in front of people, that gives you the confidence to stand in front of people, to be able to speak. So esteem yourself, equip yourself, prepare yourself. Number 3, that's the last thing I'm going to say before I end this video. Third thing is to expose yourself. A speaker is somebody who speaks. So if you're going to be a confident speaker, you definitely have to speak. And so when you go for this staff meeting, or there is a staff thereby in your office, in your company, and they need somebody to volunteer to give the vote of thanks or to give the opening prayer, or you go for your friend's birthday party and they need somebody to say a few words, and you are there. You can volunteer to do that. So every time there is an opportunity for somebody to speak, you have to speak. And the more you practice, the more you do it, the more you learn from your experiences, the better and the more confident you become as a speaker. Don't be like me 20 years ago. This is Terry Mante. See you next time.